Hello Classic Crew, and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be sharing the breastfeeding hack you didn't know you needed. Thank you so much to Haakaa for sponsoring today's video. Haakaa is a really amazing brand and I cannot wait to share with you all about their products because I seriously use them all the time. I really do use them almost every day and they're just an amazing company. My lactation consultant already told me how much she loves Haakaa, so you can believe that this is actually as good as it sounds. But if you are new to my channel, here we talk about classic living and traditional values, and I would love if you would consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you can get notified of all my new videos. If you're not already subscribed to my Substack newsletter, where you'll get access to a ton of exclusive content, including my book club, discussion threads, and weekly articles, and my podcast, make sure to head over to classicallyabbey.substack.com. If you didn't know, I am a recently new mom. My baby is 9 weeks old, and he is amazing. I love being a mom. I love motherhood. I'm also very open about how there are struggles with motherhood and how it can be difficult sometimes. So today I am sharing with you the hack you didn't know you needed when it comes to breastfeeding. So I am exclusively breastfeeding my son. I'm feeling very blessed that I'm able to do that, but I have had a journey when it comes to that. And that'll be a whole other video where I talk about just how it's been for me trying to breastfeed my son, how difficult it was, but how much I love it. I'm also somebody who's a proponent of fed is best. So if you can't do breastfeeding for some reason, that is totally fine. Formula is great too. It's a wonderful thing that we are able to use formula, despite the fact that we are dealing with this horrible formula shortage, which don't get me started. But Haakaa's products are just some of the most incredible things that I've used during my breastfeeding journey, and I really want to share with you why I love these products. When they reached out to me, I was so excited because I do use their products all the time. So I was like, of course I want to share them with my audience. I would have loved to share them with my audience anyways because I do use these, and you guys wanting to sponsor me is like a special bonus. So I'm really excited to share this with you. Let's get into today's video. So if you are breastfeeding, you know that there are a lot of parts and parcels to that process. And one of those things is pumping and collecting milk and building your stash. So Hakka has a lot of amazing products that make this whole process so much easier. Pumping in and of itself can be kind of a hassle. There are so many pieces and parts that you have to wash constantly and sterilize, and it's just sitting at a machine while it pumps. Hakka's products give you options. So let's talk about the Hakka Pump first of all. The Hakka Pump, you just squeeze and the suction of the silicone will attach it to your breast. And when it does that, it starts to suck out and express the milk for you. You don't have to do anything. It's just the suction, the gentle suction expresses milk. So you put it on one side while you're nursing on the other, you might collect a ton of milk from that other side because that suction is drawing it out and you don't even have to pump. You don't have to do anything. That's what I did super early on in my breastfeeding process. I would put this on one side while I nursed on the other. I would get like 2, 3, 4 ounces just from that side. Now I have an oversupply, so like maybe that's just because I have so much milk, but it was amazing. And I didn't have to pump. I was building my stash using just this. I literally did not pump. Now, as my breastfeeding journey got more complicated, I learned that I had a lot of foremilk. So again, the Hakka came into play. I started using the Hakka to pump off the first ounce on each breast before I fed my son. That would be all foremilk. I could either freeze it and donate it, or I could toss it and not use it, but he was getting the good stuff. He was getting my hind milk, the fatty milk that's better for babies. Foremilk is not as conducive to them gaining weight. It's worse for their stomach because there's high lactose content. Hind milk is the fatty stuff that's good for babies. So I could just use the Hakka, put that on, and pump off that first ounce without having to sit down at the machine and then wash all the pieces. Seriously, game changer, life changer. And when I first heard about this, I actually heard about this from a couple of other creators on YouTube. I was like, I wonder if it's that good. So I registered for it, used it all the time. So I was using this all the time, every single day. And when Hakka reached out to me, I was like, of course, I already use this every single day. Huge, huge lifesaver. Now, this is even helpful if you have clogged ducts. I've used this to help with a clogged duct and it really worked. So what you do is you fill this up with hot water, you put in a teaspoon or a tablespoon of Epsom salt, something like that. You can like look up the recipe online. And you just put your breast into the Haakaa. You suction it a little bit because it's going to be filled with water. You want to make sure that your nipple is in the mixture, and the suction from the Haakaa plus the Epsom salts will draw out the clog. This thing is incredible. It's a lifesaver. So if you are looking for an easy way to pump, now you may still need to pump for other reasons, but if you are looking for a way to do an easy stash of milk for your freezer, the Hakka is amazing. The Hakka Pump is the thing. And I just use this every day. So easy to clean, silicone, comfortable. It may be a little uncomfortable when it's doing the suction and the expressing, but it depends on who you are, right? Because it can hurt for some people just to pump. Now, it doesn't hurt me to pump. Sometimes the suction of this can be kind of powerful, but you can definitely adjust how powerful you make it by how hard you squeeze. So if you squeeze like this, you're gonna get super powerful suction. If you squeeze just a little bit less, then you will probably have a little bit more comfortable, but it won't draw out as much milk. Now, I don't know if this is accurate, but for me, I do think this also encouraged my supply. So if you're using this all the time and you're constantly kind of using the suction to express milk, it can encourage your breasts to make more. So if you're struggling with low supply, this may help. Okay, so that is the Hakka Pump. I love this thing. This is the Hakka Ladybug. Now the Hakka Ladybug is another awesome option. If you are somebody who has letdown and when you're nursing on one side, the other side is leaking, yes, I have that problem. This is a really good option because what this does is it does not suction, it does not express, it just catches your milk. So it does suction to the breast. So you just put your finger in like this and it will like suction to your breast like that. This doesn't pull out the milk though. What it does is it just sticks there into your bra and collects any letdown you have. So this is a great option if you want something that the baby's not gonna be like getting in the way of. Sometimes the baby's feet can like kick it, but this just goes right into your bra and collects the milk, and then you take it and you pour it out. There's like a little thing here, pops this open, and you pour out the milk like that. Now you can also keep this in your bra all day if you are somebody who gets a lot of letdown throughout the day. You can keep it in your bra at night and you just have to collect and pour it out every 2 hours. It's another great way to just collect your milk in a really non-invasive way. And this comes, I believe, in multiple sizes. I got the larger size. I think I probably should have gotten the smaller size actually, because I don't get that much letdown that I would need this whole thing. But I do, depending on the day, maybe sometimes I do, but but sometimes I really don't need as much space. So this comes in a bigger size and a smaller size, but this is another really great option if you want to collect your milk in sort of a passive way. I think that's what this comes down to, is if you want to be a little bit more passive about expressing your milk, collecting your milk, Hakka is the company brand to use. So if you want to get your very own Hakka for your breastfeeding journey, which I highly recommend, you can get it on Amazon. And they have a bunch of other products too, but these are the products that I've used. I'm such a huge fan. I highly recommend them. Super affordable and really game-changing when it comes to breastfeeding. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys check out Hakka. I am so excited that I got to make this video, that I get to share this information with you guys, that hopefully this hack will change the game for you with breastfeeding. If you are pregnant and deciding whether to register for a Hakka. Absolutely. Register for the Hakka Pump, register for the Ladybug, register for it all, because it's such an easy way to collect that liquid gold. Thanks again to Hakka for sponsoring today's video. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel, make sure to do so and hit that notification bell, as well as head over to my Substack newsletter so you can get access to that exclusive content. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, it's at ClassicallyAbby, absolutely everywhere. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!